Now on 12 News Tonight, more layoffs are coming. What Port Arthur officials are saying about how COVID-19 has impacted local refineries. Plus, canceled as a precaution, why Orangefield is canceling their summer workouts until further notice. And shot in the back, we have the latest details about a deadly shooting out of Atlanta that's sparking controversy. People all over the world have felt the impacts from the coronavirus, and now it could be impacting the industries right here in Southeast Texas. Good evening, and thanks for tuning into 12 News. I'm Kate Sauter. Our top story tonight is out of Port Arthur, where large refineries like Motiva plan to lay off employees. 200 workers from the Port Arthur facility and the Houston facility will be let go. As 12 News reporter Kelsey Johnson found out, more industrial jobs could be in jeopardy.
Motiva is making plans to cut 200 jobs. It's just another reminder of the impact COVID-19 has had on our economy.
From the COVID-19, there is reduced demand for manufacturing products.
Dr. John McCullough is an associate professor at Lamar University. He tells me the impact from COVID-19 will have a ripple effect on other industries.
It will ripple out beyond, say, the large manufacturers that are going to reduce output, cut back on employment, and then there are secondary firms that supply those industries, and then they'll have reduced sales and reduced output.
Motiva isn't the first company to make tough financial decisions. Back in April, ExxonMobil cut $10 billion from its capital spending budget. The folks being laid off at Motiva are mainly contract workers, engineers, and salaried employees. These layoffs are going to be divided between the Motiva in Port Arthur and Houston.
It was a business decision based upon what they've experienced in the past 90 days or so.
Port Arthur Mayor Thurman Barty tells me he found out about the job cuts last Thursday. He says while this is another harsh reminder of the impact of the pandemic, he says these cuts will not have a major impact on the Port Arthur economy.
Even though at this juncture in our existence, there isn't a great number of persons who work directly in the refineries. There are a lot of folk work in some service industries that serve the refineries.
Dr. McCullough believes when there is a vaccine for the virus, we will then be able to see a major turning point in our economy. But even then, it could take a while before we see major improvements.
It's going to be the key to get the economy back up and running and get manufacturing industry back up and running.
Now to a number we haven't seen since April. COVID-19 patients in the ICU in Jefferson County jumped to 19 on Saturday. The number's the highest we've seen since April 18th. That's when 23 people were admitted into the intensive care unit. The number of patients in ICU started rising on May 29th. It's been hovering in the high teens for the past several days. These numbers are all coming from the Southeast Texas Regional Advisory Council. Area schools are making difficult decisions to temporarily halt summer workouts to protect their players from COVID-19. Last week, it was West Orange Stark, and tonight, it's Orangefield. As sports director Ashley Elam reports, both districts have gone above and beyond what the state requires.
It is becoming clear that bringing back high school sports during this pandemic will not be easy. Today, Orangefield and Legacy Christian shutting down their voluntary summer workouts after West Orange Stark did so last week.
Just to be clear, there's nobody at Orangefield ISD, no kid so far has tested positive. We're just being cautious to limit our time around each other until we get those test results back.
Those were the words of Orangefield Athletic Director Josh Smalley after Orangefield ISD decided to suspend their summer workouts. That choice was made after Smalley received a call.
Yeah, I got a phone call this morning from a parent who said that his son was at work and was around somebody who happened to be around somebody who was exposed and possibly positive for COVID. So they're sending him to get tested. So until those test results come back, we're going to shut down all of our UIL activities until we get those tests.
Shortly after Orangefield's decision, Legacy Christian suspended their workouts, stating they have received word that COVID-19 has been reported at 3 area schools. Adding heading. We here at Legacy want to keep our students safe, and at this point, we feel it is best to cancel all workouts.
It's tough, but it's necessary and it's needed. You know, number one thing is safety. Keep the kids safe, keep us safe. And so if that's what we got to do to make sure we're doing things the right way, then we'll shut it down for a couple of days, and hopefully those test results will come back negative, and when they do, we'll crank right back up again.
Ashley Elam, 12 News.
Now, speaking of sports being impacted by the coronavirus, Dallas Cowboys star running back Ezekiel positive for COVID. According to an NFL Network report, Elliott is one of multiple Cowboys and Houston Texans who have tested positive for the virus. The names of the other Cowboys and Texans players have not been made public, and those players have not been at the team facilities. Now to a travel alert. The city of Alice in Jim Wells County, all the way down in South Texas, issued a travel advisory for anyone traveling through the Houston and or Galveston area. What they're asking is that anyone who goes there to self-quarantine for 14 days. They're also strongly encouraging anyone who comes back from the Houston-Galveston area to get tested for COVID-19. Now over in Austin, city officials say the city has reached stage 4 with the latest coronavirus numbers. This is a chart from the Austin Public Health Department. It shows that stage 1 is the bare minimum, while stage 5, it's pretty severe. Right now, the state capital is seeing more than 20 hospitalizations a day due to the virus over the past week. Time to check out our weather now. James, I heard you were watering your plants. I've been watering mine 24/7 every single day, and I've still killed all of them. I need it to rain soon.
Yeah, I tell you what, the sun is really a brutal beatdown of heat, and the UV radiation that comes from it, you have to, again, watch out for it, because you got to use this SPF, 19, 30, whatever it is. I have to use SPF 5,000 or something on me, but yeah, it's going to be a hot and dry forecast for the next couple of days. Only an isolated coverage of a shower possible, and that coverage is less than 10% for today, tomorrow, and on into, we even had some showers around for Sunday. In the meantime, 87 degrees at Beaumont, looking down at the port of Beaumont, Packard-LaPrée. Southwest winds at 9 miles per hour. Have some showers on radar, mainly up in the lakes area, then around the coastal bend from Corpus Christi into South Texas. That's about it. Here's a look at live radar. You can certainly see where the showers are in northern and central Newton County, also in Jasper County around Kirbyville, and stretching all the way into northern Tyler County. A few isolated showers there up into San Augustine County as well. We'll look for those showers to die down after the sun sets, and then we'll look for overnight lows to be near 70. Highs tomorrow with lots of sunshine returning. Slight chance, 5 to 10% coverage. That'll be about it. And highs back into the lower 90s. I'll have a look at your 7-day hot, dry forecast for the rest of this week coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Tonight, we're monitoring reaction from coast to coast after the Supreme Court's landmark ruling for LGBTQ equality. In a surprising 6-3 vote, justices ruled that gay, lesbian, and transgender workers are protected from discrimination on the job. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibits discrimination because of sex. And the justices said today that includes LGBT employees. And the majority saying the existing civil rights law protects LGBTQ Americans from job discrimination. After Rayshard Brooks was shot and killed by an Atlanta police officer, a coroner's report has determined the cause of death was homicide. As NBC's Jay Gray reports, today, Brooks' family joined a growing chorus of tens of thousands of people calling for justice and for change.
Outrage spilling into the streets of Atlanta. Thousands marching after another police shooting. Security video shows Rayshard Brooks gunned down as he was running away from officers.
It's just going to be a long time before I heal. It's going to be a long time before this family heals.
Brooks' family gathering today, pleading for justice and change through their pain.
Not only are we hurt, we are angry. When does it stop?
Police were called after Brooks apparently fell asleep behind the wheel in a Wendy's drive-through line.
I think you've had too much to drink to be driving.
Police dash and body cam video shows officers trying to arrest him after a failed sobriety test. Brooks resists. ultimately wrestling away an officer's taser. On the run, he turns and appears to point the taser at police. Officer Garrett Rolfe responding with gunfire.
No one walking this green earth expects to be shot and killed like trash in the street for falling asleep in a drive-thru.
Rolfe has been fired from the force. The second officer on the scene is on administrative duty. And Atlanta's police chief, Erica Shields, has resigned in the wake of the deadly shooting. It's been exactly 3 weeks since George Floyd's death. There's been constant pressure for police policies to change. And tomorrow, President Trump is expected to sign an executive order focusing on police reform and accountability and creating a national standard for use of force. For tens of thousands across the country, and now Rayshard Brooks' family.
Y'all took the wrong person. That wasn't the person to take because he wasn't on.
Is a matter of life and death. Jay Gray, NBC News.
Still ahead tonight, alarming numbers, but that's not stopping most people. What the president had to say about the rising coronavirus cases. That's next. Coronavirus cases are continuing to climb in nearly half of U.S. states. This comes as many Americans are shrugging off the threat and gathering in large numbers. And as NBC's Alice Barr reports, President Trump is moving ahead with his mass gathering this week, despite concerns from local officials.
As crowded bars, restaurants, streets, and beaches reveal many Americans seemingly moving on from coronavirus concerns, a spike in cases in 22 states shows the virus is not done spreading. New York's governor threatening to reverse his state's reopening after receiving 25,000 complaints of businesses and communities violating safety protocols.
There are a lot of conscientious people who paid a very high price, did the right thing, and they don't want other people ruining it for them.
Every state began reopening to some degree by Memorial Day weekend, bringing people into closer contact. Since then, mass gatherings of protesters have added a new fear about potential spread. Whatever the source of infection, healthcare systems are beginning to feel the strain again. From the Houston area to Arizona, where hospitals have activated emergency plans, while one of President Trump's top economic advisors vows the nation will not go back into quarantine.
We have no intention whatsoever of shutting down the economy. The cost of that would be much greater.
President Trump set to hold his first campaign rally of the COVID era this Saturday in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which has seen a significant increase in cases. The city's health department director telling Tulsa World he's concerned about our ability to protect anyone who attends, including our ability to ensure the president stays safe. Acknowledging the risk, the Trump campaign is now requiring anyone who comes to sign a liability waiver, giving up the right to hold the campaign or venue responsible if they catch the virus. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
After the break on 12 News tonight, 40,000 pounds to throw away. The massive recall that could affect you. That's next.
And if you're one of the lucky ones, you're getting a shower, especially up into Jasper and Newton counties, up into San Augustine. But those showers will be dying down after the sun sets. May see a repeat of a 10% coverage coming up tomorrow. Details next.
We've got a consumer alert for you guys. Listen up. Check your fridge and check your freezer. A New Jersey company is recalling over 40,000 pounds of ground beef because of possible E. coli contamination. The items were produced by Lakeside Refrigerated Services on June 1st. The recalled products, which were sold under brand names including Thomas Farms and Marketside Butcher, have the establishment number 46841 inside the USDA mark of inspection. The products were shipped to locations nationwide.
Hey, our Roofing 911 Skycam Network looking down at Interstate 10 for traffic flowing nicely right here in front of the 12 News studio across the area. Continuing to see a couple of those showers building up across the lakes area this afternoon and evening. Still showing up on our Doppler radar. You can see a pretty good patch of showers as well as maybe a little rumble of thunder here and there. Otherwise, those showers across the coastal bend and into South Texas. So again, might be one of the lucky ones up in central Jasper, central Newton County, all the way up into northern Jasper County, and then all the way into San Augustine County, northern Tyler County, picking up a few isolated cells as well. Some of those are heavy downpours, so again, yeah, lucky if you get one of those. Water the grass and the tomatoes and the garden and things like that. 93 up in Woodville, but only 78 in Jasper with that rain-cooled air, as well as only 89 around Kirbyville, DeQuincy, as well as down at the airport at 89 degrees. In the meantime, 93 in Dallas, also 83 over in Alexandria, Louisiana. Also, the warm temperatures, well, they're going to be at least not as hot as they have been across the West Texas part of Texas. Again, seeing only 92 around Dryden. Del Rio not coming in with anything right now, so I guess they've disappeared. 96 over in El Paso and 95 in Roswell, New Mexico, where they don't really exist there in Roswell, Area 51. Warm, moist air beginning to flow back in from the Gulf of Mexico, so our humidity levels are going to be higher. Otherwise, those showers that we have on radar now, they will die down after the sun sets. Overnight lows in the 70s up in the lakes, lower 70s for the triangle. Then perhaps a 10% coverage of another shower or less for tomorrow. Again, will be only isolated coverages for tomorrow, and then we'll start seeing that drier air moving on into place as far as the rain chances are concerned. Not drier as far as the humidity. It's going to be certainly a little higher humidity as working into the middle and end of the week. 83 the water temperature in the Gulf of Mexico. Seas offshore going to be running 1 to 2 feet. Northeasterly winds tomorrow, shifting to the southeast by late in the day, and a full schedule of tides for us being passed. No tree pollen to worry about. Medium on the weed and grass, and low on mold spores for your allergy index. Mostly fair overnight tonight. We'll be again looking for overnight lows near 70 for the lakes, lower 70s for the triangle, then highs tomorrow with mostly sunny skies. And yes, there are going to be a couple of isolated showers, less than 10% though. Northeast to southeasterly winds tomorrow, sun setting at 8:19, and highs will stay in the lower 90s. In the meantime, looks like summer has begun all the way across the area for the rest of the week, even though the summer solstice begins Saturday. That'll be June 20th, and then the 21st is going to be the longest day of the year on Sunday, with a slight chance for an isolated coverage again for Sunday. Better coverage coming up on Monday, and for next week it looks like our rain chances will be improving. But until then, Kate, we'll have to drag the hoses out, try to keep the plants and grass a little bit watered outside as well.
I never thought I would miss rain, but I guess I do. Still to come, a quarantine workout you won't want to miss. We'll show you the adorable partner who he went with. That's next. Before we go tonight, we want to leave you with a smile, and this one will make you smile really big. A Milwaukee Bucks basketball star named Giannis is working out and spending time with his family during this quarantine. A perfect and adorable combination. Check this out. While stuck in quarantine, Giannis has had to come up with new ways to keep himself occupied. So the reigning league MVP downloaded TikTok, of course, is delivering quality content to his fans. I vote this is the best one yet. Him doing push-ups with his little baby boy every time he goes down, giving him an adorable little kiss. This is just so cute. Really getting in that family time, building the bond, but you know, also staying fit, getting ready for the season. Gotta be on his best game, you know. And I think the little baby, he may be a athlete one day. Y'all have a good night.